you must exit this room without delay and calmly. The exit doors are all clearly marked. And once outside the amphitheater, proceed gently to the staircase. As you make your descent to the ground floor, you will go through one floor, as this building includes a mezzanine floor. Ensure you hold the handrail when making your descent. Please do not use the lift during an emergency, as it is unsafe to do so. Once outside the building, proceed to your designated muster point, where you will be further briefed. The physically challenged will be evacuated to the muster point by the safety warden. Should you require a first aid medical assistance, there is a clinic located at the ground floor of Tower A. Please remember to comply with the safety procedures. In NNPC, your safety is our highest priority. Thank you for your time. Have a very good meeting and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much for your attention. Let me also invite us to have another brief safety moment, please. Hussaini Aliu, please, can you step forward and take us through? Thank you.
Please permit me to stand on the established protocol.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the valedictory session for the NNPC GMD, Dr. Mekanti Kachala Baru. It's been a very emotional few days here at the NNPC. Just before we came on, we were listening to the national anthem led by the GMD's choir, and they just finished doing a safety brief for all the guests who are seated in this particular amphitheater here at the NNPC. We're looking forward to hearing a lot of people talking about the man, Dr. Mekanti Kachala Baru, and what it is that he brought to the table in his time as Group Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation. We're going to be hearing goodwill messages from Dr. Frederick Marinho. Dr. Thomas John is also going to be speaking here as well, and Mohammed Sanusi Barkindo, who's the Secretary General of OPEC, will also be giving a speech here today, giving goodwill messages, talking about the time spent by Dr. Mekanti Baru. We've heard all kinds of things about him since we came here this morning. People have called him a genius. They've said he's been invaluable to the corporation. And also today we're going to be getting to know the new Group Managing Director of the NNPC, and of course big shoes for him to fill. That's Mr. Mele Kolokiari, who's resuming office as the new Group Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation. Pertinent to note that Mr. Kiari was appointed by President Muhammadu Buhari last month, and he's taken over the reins of the office from Dr. Mekanti Baru, who retired statutorily at the age of 60 yesterday, which was July the 7th in 2019. The spokesman, Mr. Undu Ugamadu, had talked about this particular event that you're watching right now. It says it's going to be ceremonial. It's a handover ceremony, and it's taking place right here, right now at the NNPC Towers in the nation's capital. A few things that we will be watching out for will be the documentary on the Group Managing Director, that's Mr. Mekanti Baru. We just listened now to the safety brief for all the guests who are seated here. But the documentary on the Group Managing Director will be coming up. We'll also be hearing a performance by the Group Managing Director's choir. We've heard them perform earlier today. And then, of course, Group Managing Director's valediction will be up. We'll hear goodwill messages. There'll be a cutting of a cake. The profile of the new GMD will also be coming up. And then the ceremonial handover, which a lot of people are looking forward to, is going to be greeted with a lot of cheers and well wishes and whatnot. And then, of course, we'll have a response by the new Group Managing Director photo session. And then there'll be lunch and departure. Those are some of the things that we're looking forward to today at the valedictory session for the Group Managing Director of the NNPC, Dr. Mekanti Kachala Baru.
We all have to imbibe a safety culture, a culture of putting safety first in all we do. This culture starts with me, you, and all of us. Remember, you are empowered by the GMD to stop HSE statement policy of NNPC, which I have one of it and its pocket size. Remember, the last 2 bullet points on the HSE policy statement states that you have the right.
And you can hear there in the background the safety brief on where the exits are and how people are supposed to conduct themselves at this event and in this building. Mr. Mele Kolokiari, like we said earlier, will be assuming office as the new Group Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, taking over from Dr. Mekanti Baru, who a lot of people here have spoken of and told us about, what a wonderful man that he is. And then we'll be listening to that documentary coming up about the Group Managing Director, Dr. Mekanti Baru, trying to take a look at the achievements he's made so far in office and what expectations Mr. Mele Kiari would have to fulfill in the days and months and years to come.
To give a health brief to an organization that has the best health package for retirees in NNPC. It also gives me great privilege to stand before our outgoing GMD, whose love and passion for health has been unequaled. So I'll take just a few seconds to take us how to manage your health in retirement. And to say very clearly that retirement is not a death sentence. In fact, it's a time to enjoy very good health. After work, after the work life, once we reach the age of 60, our life is often associated with some health challenges, which are all manageable. One of the first is that our senses begin to change. Our hearing becomes impaired. Our sight becomes reduced. And so we begin to use glasses. Even our muscles and our strength reduce at the speed with which we could climb stairs. We are not able to do like that anymore. Our heart begins to become weak. We begin to have hypertension, begin to suffer from diabetes, begin to have issues even with our memory. And very importantly, it's an age where cancers begin to come. But we want you to remain as seniors. So what we prescribe is that as you live here, be a senior citizen, be a senior retiree. And what do I mean by being a senior? S, that stands for stay engaged. Maintain your social contacts because they are very good. People who you know, people who have been your friends, remain in contact with them. Exercise regularly. Keep moving. Rather than use your remote control, use your leg to watch, to go and switch on your TV. Instead of sending your child, walk to the kitchen to pick your water. Then eat regularly. Eat 3 basic balanced diet in a day. Fasting is not a way of controlling your weight or your health. Continue to maintain some form of intellectual stimulation. Learn something new. You can begin to write. You can begin a new hobby. You can begin to play golf. You can pick any hobby, even in retirement. And very importantly, remain very optimistic. Worry less. You cannot solve everything alone. And then for those of us who are with the NNPC, our last advice is that please, NNPC Medical is with you for life. Visit us regularly. Make sure you maintain your health check and make sure that you remain healthy. I want to say thank you very much for the opportunity for Medical to speak to you, and it's been a great pleasure working with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm sure we can put hands together one more time for Dr. Chief Zagada for that very important and relevant health talk. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take us through a quick round of introductions this morning. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, seated here this morning as a man of the moment is our Group Managing Director, Dr. Mekanti Kachala Baru, Fellow of the Nigerian Academy of Engineering, Fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers, the Forbes African Oil and Gas Man of the year 2017, our great GMD. Please keep clapping for him, keep clapping for him. You can see his crown this morning. That is an enigma that you are saying, that a colossus of our times. Thank you so much, GMD. Ladies and gentlemen, let me quickly let us know that Dr. M.K. Baru is not a fellow that we can introduce in a hurry. I know today we don't have all the time on our hands, but please, we can't introduce him in a hurry. Ladies and gentlemen, on assumption of duty as GMD in 2016, he instantly entrenched total transparency and accountability in all aspects of our operations and activities, and ensured that all our financial statements and reports were regularly published and presented into the public space. Under his watch as the GMD, international investors' confidence in the NNPC and indeed the Nigerian oil and gas industry rose to its highest point. Under his watch also as GMD, he transformed all loss and cost centers into huge profit-making entities in NNPC. Ladies and gentlemen, under his watch as well, he revamped all product pipelines and depots and ensured all-round product wetness in all parts of our country. Our GMD is a man of great possibilities. Where even the IOC's dead and disappeared, as the professor of coal money, he mobilized a full force, and as we speak today, we are drilling in the Kolmani River Well 2 in the Upper Benue Trough. Ladies and gentlemen, one other matter that lingered for so many decades in this system, that looked as if it was going to be difficult to deal with, this great colossus dealt with it. And this one is to the benefit of both the retirees and the serving workforce of the NNPC. I'm talking about the closure of the NNPC pensions gap. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't have enough time on hand this morning. I'm sure that by the time we go through his compendium, we shall see all the big things that he has done for us in this organization. GMD, sir, we love you so much and we thank you. Please put hands together for the GMD, ladies and gentlemen. In Christianity, we say that a worthy son of a bishop is most likely to be a successful bishop himself. And it is not possible to have an orange tree produce tomatoes. Is it possible? We have had a very, very cerebral GMD that has managed the affairs of this great industry for the past 3 years. And we are not surprised to note that another highly cerebral successor is coming to step in as our brand new GMD. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you got it. You got it, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, I am talking about a great champion of the direct sales and direct purchase scheme. I can't forget in a hurry when sometime in 2017, right here in the amphitheater, this great fellow shook the hands of the then GMD and grabbed the GMD's star prize for best overall performance in his chief officer's class. I'm talking about class 043. In all humility, I did the same that same year. I also grabbed that prize. And the GMD who shook our hands at that great event is seated here. The so nice to see you, GMD. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me one more time to put our hands together for our GMD designate, Malam Mele Kolo Kiari. I'm sure our in-house seniors will be very, very comfortable with what is happening this morning. Because our GMD designate was one time the group chairman of Pengasen. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this great man of honor has had it all. Sometime last year, His Excellency, our lovely President, appointed our GMD executive as the Nigerian National OPEC representative. We are therefore going to operate under a GMD that has very, very lavish and robust experience. GMD executive, you are most welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, we have here this morning in our midst the pioneer managing director of the NNPC as we have it today. I'm talking about Chief Festus Marino. Please let's put hands together for him. I'm sure when he was MD of NNPC, some of us were not yet born. Two times GMD, I'm told. And he's looking very, very agile. We love you so much, Chief. We love you so much. It's my distinct honor and pleasure also this morning to acknowledge the presence of another former GMD. This time around, I'm talking about Chief Odoli Lolomari. Please put your hands together for Chief Lolomari. Let's clap, 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 clap. Thank you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, here with us this morning also is the current alternate chairman of the NNPC board and a former group managing director. I'm talking about Dr. Thomas John. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my distinct honor and pleasure also this morning to acknowledge the presence of another very stylish former GMD of this great organization. I'm talking about Chief Chembali Oyibo. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure, also an honor, to acknowledge the presence of another former GMD here with us this morning. He has come from the Center of Excellence. I'm talking about Engineer Funsho Kupoluku. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this former GMD that we have here this morning have come from different parts of this great country. And this time around, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of another famous group MD that we had at the point. I'm talking about Engineer Abubakar Yaradua. Very popular man indeed, very popular man indeed. I heard he has the royal blood flowing in his veins. GMD, sir, we are so glad to see you this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, also from the northern part of this our great country, we have another former GMD student here with us this morning. I am talking about Dr. Joseph Slama Dawa. Before I announce the other huge guests here with us this morning, can I request us all, please, to be upstanding and give a resounding round of applause to these great Nigerians that have served the NNPC as helpsmen at different times in their lives. Please, put your hands together for them. Put your hands together for them. Thank you so much, please. You may be seated. I'd like to also, with so much pleasure, acknowledge the presence of members of the immediate families of our GMD and the GMD designates. We want to thank you so much for joining us this morning. We love all of you. Please put hands together for them, ladies and gentlemen. We also want to thank all the guests of the GMD and the GMD who are here with us this morning. I'm talking about their special guests that have found time to be with us this morning. You're all very warmly welcome. I had earlier acknowledged the presence of some senators and members of House of Reps who came in much earlier. But let me quickly acknowledge the presence of Honorable Comrade Joseph Akinlaja. He's here with us. He's a friend of the organization. And others whom I had recognized earlier, you're all very welcome. Let me also at this point acknowledge the presence of all the chief of state officers of the NNPC. All of you, you are most welcome. We thank you so much for being part of this great event. I'd like to also acknowledge the presence of the managing directors, group general managers of the NNPC from all over the country, and indeed all staff that have come to be part of this great event of this morning. We thank you so much for coming. I'd like to, at this point, acknowledge the presence of Mr. Kasim Ibrahim Bataya. He is the national president of NATO. You are most welcome, and we thank you so much for joining us this morning. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you all agree with me that the stage is really set for today's great event. And let us know that today's event is streamed live on the NTA, Africa's leading television network, streamed live also on Channels Television. And wherever you are in any part of the globe watching this program, I want to thank you for being part of us. Please stay tuned. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Stay. Ladies and gentlemen, I now will want to crave your indulgence wherever you are seated. But please, for us to have some order now forward, as we take the first key item on agenda for this morning. You will have the special pleasure to watch a documentary on our group managing director.